in an effort to put pressure on the Senate to pass a spending bill. Hundreds of thousands of federal workers remain furloughed during the shutdown, with some essential employees like military personnel and air traffic controllers working without pay. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy warned air service to some communities could be impacted.
That money runs out this Sunday. So there's many small communities across the country that will now no longer have the resources to make sure they have air service in their community.
A new CBS News poll shows 39% of Americans blame President Trump and congressional Republicans for the shutdown. 30% blame Democrats and 31% blame both equally. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Back here at home, we have more details on a stabbing at a Honolulu park. An 18-year-old woman is in custody, and the victim, a 13-year-old girl. It happened just before 3:30 Saturday afternoon at Beretania Community Park, just off of Vineyard Boulevard. Police tell us it started when the victim and another 13-year-old girl got into a fight. The suspect is the older sister of that second teen. She allegedly stabbed the victim multiple times, and the victim was rushed to the hospital in serious condition. Both the 18-year-old and her sister were arrested a short time later. A 19-year-old from Guam is set to appear in court this morning for allegedly attacking two police officers in Hilo. This happened just before 6 p.m. on Saturday when officers were called to reports of a large fight near Popolo Street. That's when Junior Salvador allegedly jumped on the hood of a police vehicle and broke the windshield. Two officers were struck multiple times as they attempted to arrest him. Salvador's bail has been set at $20,000. HPD is looking for 3 suspects for an armed robbery in Mililani. Police say at about 9 a.m. Saturday morning, the group entered a business on Ukuvai Street wearing ski masks. They then threatened a 30-year-old man with a gun, stole money from the register, and drove away in a black Chevy. The suspects are described as men in the 30s and 40s, ranging from 5'3" to 5'9", with medium and heavy builds. Call Crime Stoppers at the number on your screen with any tips. And it might be tough to see, but Hawaii Island police are hoping you might recognize these 2 men. They're wanted in a home burglary case out of Kailua Kona. Back on the night of July 30th, they allegedly entered a house on Upper Nani Kailua Drive through a side window and stole a digital camera. If you have any information, contact police or Crime Stoppers at 935-3311. A man who was convicted of killing a UH Hilo student and accused of murdering another woman more than 4 decades ago is now out on parole. That's according to an article by the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Stephen Ray Simpson was sentenced to life with the possibility of parole in 1980 for the death of Mary Catherine Drapp in 1978. Just a few years ago, Simpson was indicted in the cold case death of Valerie Ann Warshay. She was murdered less than a year before Drapp. He was acquitted in that case without a trial in 2023. Precautionary landing at Kapi'olani Park on Sunday. This happened at around 8 a.m. There were no reports of injuries or damage. Precautionary landings happen when there could be a potential for something to go wrong. Pilots then decide where they can land safely. A group of lacrosse players saw it all unfold.
As we're setting up, it was pretty amazing to see the helicopter coming in from the ocean side of us here to land right here in Kapi'olani Park, right behind us.
Not a normal day, but nothing to worry about. You know, I feel like it wasn't crashing, so we're good. Everyone seems safe.
The company's director of safety said the landing was made in the safety for its passengers and crew. He also commended the pilot's decisive action and says the company will conduct a full investigation into the incident. Expect some lane closures and delays on Kapi'olani Boulevard near the Kalakaua Avenue intersection beginning today. The city is installing vehicle loop detectors, striping, and pavement markers as part of an ongoing project to improve city streets. Work hours are 8:30 in the morning to 3:30 in the afternoon today through Wednesday. Night work is also being planned from Harding Avenue to Atkinson Drive next week. Hundreds of activists were detained by the Israeli government last week while trying to bring aid to Gaza. One of them, a woman with ties to Hawaii. Ben Gutierrez has her story.
We are preparing for interception. This is a video of Jasmine Ikeda moments before she and more than 400 other activists were detained by the Israeli military.
Please put pressure on the government to bring us home safely and to stop the genocide for Palestine. This is devastating.
The group was part of the Global Samud Flotilla, a civilian-led maritime effort. The flotilla was trying to break through Israel's blockade of Gaza to bring humanitarian aid when it was intercepted.
We know that children, and actually everyone, not just children, are starving and literally starving to death in Gaza. So personally, I'm really proud that we have someone from Hawaii who went on that mission. I'm also really terrified for Jasmine, even though I don't know her personally.
Jamaica Osorio and other pro-Palestine activists from Hawaii liken the conflict in Gaza to the oppression of Native Hawaiians.
So we can understand the turmoil, heartache with our own struggle.
Ikeda is reportedly a part of the Hawaiian voyaging community. A voyager herself, Osorio hopes one day canoes from Hawaii can help bring supplies to the people in Gaza.
We know that we don't just voyage for fun and we don't just voyage for the story. We voyage because it's political. And what other better thing could we do in this moment to demonstrate our ingenuity, our strength, our resilience, and our compassion than to take our canoes to go feed people who are being brutalized.
On Friday, President Trump ordered Israel to stop bombing the Gaza Strip. The command comes after Hamas agreed to parts of Trump's peace plan to end the nearly two-year war there. The first phase of the plan calls for negotiations to release all hostages.
How's it on this Monday? We're watching this weak front. It's coming in with more clouds, more showers. It's also lightening up the winds. Now, we're not talking about a lot of rain, but you will notice more showers coming into windward and Mauka areas, especially for Kauai and Oahu. We're talking all the way through Wednesday. And these winds will be running slow today. And because of that, there's even a chance for some afternoon pop-up showers. But otherwise, look for those clouds and showers to increase as the day progresses. They'll be favoring windward sides, again, for Kauai and Oahu mainly.
Thank you, Guy. Big crowds will be coming to the Tulalip Casino and Resort in Washington this week for this year's Native Hawaiian Convention. It's a chance for Native Hawaiians across the country to connect and strengthen cultural ties. Dylan Anchetta will be covering the convention throughout the week and filed this report.
Aloha from Washington State. We are at the Tulalip Resort Casino for the 2025 Native Hawaiian Convention. Now, today is just the pre-convention workshops. There's a lot of cultural workshops going on. And take a look over here. We've got the marketplaces up and going. There is a lot of Hawaii products. There's not one, but two marketplaces. In the other marketplace location, there's a little bit more of the fashion. You can find the manaola. You can find the lehulu. You can find all things Hawaiian here in Washington State. Now, this conference is a very special one as they are holding it on a Native American resort and casino. We are in the Native American reservation, and organizers are hoping to learn a lot of lessons from the Native American tribes and how they can reach economic sustainability. This year, there are Native Hawaiians from over 37 states joining in this conference, and there are about 1,300 people registered. Now, I do want to talk about the journey over here. We were put on the chartered Southwest flight with the members of the Hawaiian Council, and it was so much fun. Take a listen to some of the activities on board. Now, over the next few days, there will be more discussions about Native Hawaiian issues that the community is facing, and people from all over the country are coming here to learn about this and figure out ways and solutions and ideas that they can bring back home. And we will be bringing you all of the coverage from the Native Hawaiian Convention, both on air and online. In Washington, Dylan Anchetta, Hawaii News Now.
Sounds great. Thank you, Dylan. Coming up, new details continue to surface in the bizarre arrest of former NFL QB and broadcaster Mark Sanchez. What we're learning about the incident. And a special send-off for local Vietnam veterans who are on their way to our nation's capital. That's straight ahead. Welcome back. The Kailua Beach Park boat ramp is closed this week for probing work. Pacific geotechnical engineers will be doing an in-water evaluation to help the city plan for future improvements. A portion of the parking lot will also be closed for the project, but beachgoers will find limited parking outside of the work area. Work hours are from 8 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon, today through Friday. In national news, a federal judge blocked the Trump administration from sending the National Guard into Portland to protect an ICE facility, and Chicago is now hoping for a similar legal outcome. Bradley Blackburn explains.
It's amazing. Portland is burning to the ground.
Democratic governors say President Trump's claims and attempts to send federal troops to major cities are unwarranted.
There's no insurrection in Portland. There's no threat to national security.
This weekend, a Trump-appointed judge blocked the White House from deploying National Guard troops to Portland to quell protests at an ICE facility. The Trump administration then tried to reassign roughly 200 California National Guard troops to Portland, but was again blocked.
The judge's order was not some minor procedural point for the president to work around like my 14-year-old does when he doesn't like my answers.
A CBS News poll finds about 6 in 10 Americans oppose sending National Guard or military troops into U.S. cities. As federal agents clash with protesters in Chicago, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker accused the administration of trying to provoke reactions.
The Trump administration is following a playbook: cause chaos, create fear and confusion, make it seem like peaceful protesters are a mob by firing gas pellets and tear gas canisters at them.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says results in Washington, D.C. and Memphis show federal involvement has worked to reduce crime.
And it's a shame that we see in some cities across the country that their mayors are just simply refusing to cooperate because they don't like Donald Trump.
Illinois and Chicago filed suit to block Trump from sending 300 National Guard troops from the state to the city. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Former NFL quarterback, now sportscaster Mark Sanchez is now facing felony charges following a violent encounter in Indianapolis. Scott McFarland reports.
Mark Sanchez was involved in an incident that, to be honest, we're all still trying to wrap our heads around.
Former New York Jets quarterback and Fox Sports analyst Mark Sanchez faces criminal charges following what prosecutors are calling an altercation with a truck driver in Indianapolis early Saturday morning.
We have added more serious charges against Mr. Sanchez. At this point in time, we have filed a felony charge, a level 5 felony of battery involving serious bodily injury, which contains a penalty of 1 to 6 years.
According to an affidavit obtained by CBS News, the 69-year-old driver, identified only as PT, told police while he was at a loading dock working, he was approached by Sanchez, who tried to stop what he was doing. Then he said Sanchez began harassing him and physically attacked him. Allegedly fearing for his life, the driver said he stabbed Sanchez multiple times.
We are literally talking about people fighting over a parking space or a dispute about where people are parking, and it resulted in someone receiving just incredibly significant injuries.
The driver also said Sanchez, quote, smelled of alcohol and his speech was slurred.
As I was closing, somebody was banging on the window.
Bartender Scott Bennett says Sanchez showed up at his bar, bleeding.
I brought him inside, laid him down, and we called 911.
Our Indianapolis affiliate, WTTV, obtained these pictures from the driver's family, showing his injuries. Both Sanchez and the driver were taken to area hospitals, and according to police, Sanchez later said he had little recollection of what happened. But police said surveillance video corroborated the driver's story.
Brady Quinn, who is stepping in for Mark Sanchez. And
Fox Sports noted their colleague's absence on air as he'd been scheduled to call Sunday's Raiders-Colts game. Sanchez is due in an Indianapolis courtroom on Tuesday.
Scott McFarland, CBS News, Washington.
Back here at home, more students are choosing the University of Hawaii system to continue their education. Enrollment across the 10-campus system is now at an 8-year high at 51,411 students. This is a 2% increase from last fall and the third straight year of gains. While UH has seen more incoming freshmen across the system, there's been a decline in the number of undergraduate transfers. A send-off ceremony was held over the weekend for a group of Vietnam veterans flying to Washington, D.C. Jonathan Masaki has more from Honolulu's airport.
These 14 veterans from across the state will be flying to the nation's capital courtesy of Alaska Airlines and Hawaiian Airlines. This all-expense-paid trip by Hawaiian Islands Honor Flight will be there to celebrate and thank these veterans for their time in service and, of course, for their duty to nation. While they're in the nation's capital, they'll obviously be able to visit the Vietnam Memorial Wall and other landmarks throughout the nation's capital. Margaret Gockler with the Hawaiian Honor Flight program tells us why it's so important to do this for the veterans.
This gives our veterans an opportunity to go back to Washington, D.C. and see the monuments that have been erected in their honor.
First of all, we just want to welcome you.
We spoke to one veteran as to why this is important for him to make the journey to Washington, D.C.
It's, I would say it's a long time coming, and I feel that I should go and pay respect so I can have peace of mind.
And if you'd like to be a part of the homecoming ceremony for these veterans when they return home, there'll be a small event held here at the Honolulu International Airport on Wednesday, October 8th in the afternoon. We'll have details of that on our website. For How About You News Now, I'm Jonathan Masaki. Back to you.
Hello, Jonathan. Let's give you a look outside right now on this Aloha Monday, your full 7-day forecast after the break.
First Alert Weather with Guy Hug.
How's it on this Monday? We are watching and tracking this weak front. You can see it there. It's going to bring in more clouds, more showers, especially for Kauai and Oahu. But it's not going to be a big rainmaker. However, if you're on the windward sides, especially for Kauai and Oahu, you will notice the cloudier and damper conditions. If you're on those leeward sides, especially the leeward sides of the east end of the state, you're not going to get a whole lot of rain. And because of that system moving across, the winds will lighten up for the next several days as well. So it's going to be a little little bit more sticky, and we could even see some afternoon pop-up showers. So again, we're going to see the rain and clouds focus on Kauai and Oahu through Wednesday, and mainly windward and Mauka areas will pick up the rain. Not a big rain event. And then we'll see drier conditions for the east end of the state, although everybody's going to get in on the light winds. As far as surf, that big weekend swell, which triggered a high surf advisory, is on the way down. It'll be 4 to 6 by the afternoon, 1 to 3 on the west shore. And then on the south shore, we got a small little pulse that will be picking up today. Not a big one, but at least there's going to be some action on the south shore. And, the winds will make it a little bit choppy over on the east side. So we've got these clouds and showers today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. Again, mainly for Kauai and Oahu's windward sides, and not going to be a whole lot of rain for those leeward areas of Maui County and Hawaii Island. And then that front will be gone and lifting out, and we'll see drier conditions take over from Thursday into the weekend.
Thank you, Guy. A new trend that's hit the red carpet could make your Monday morning a little easier. It's the no makeup movement. Gwen Baumgartner has more.
Gentle circular motion.
Deborah Borg is putting her best face forward, makeup free. The human resources executive gave up cosmetics 4 years ago and is now getting a lesson in polishing her look.
It looks more professional, actually, more polished than what I would normally do. Because I normally wear just a matte chapstick or a lip balm, but I quite like that.
Actress Pamela Anderson has become the most recent celebrity face of the no makeup movement, and singer Alicia Keys before her. Anderson has described the choice as freedom and a relief. But can it work for professional women in the workplace?
I do still think that there are some politics associated with it. More around just feeling and looking polished, I think, more than anything else.
With a no makeup look, there's no rules.
Makeup artist Rebecca Robles says bare beauty really is in the eye of the beholder, and it all starts with a 5-step skincare process.
You'll want to leave your skin a little bit damp. That's going to help properly absorb the rest of your products.
And those products are flying off the shelves. The skincare products market in the U.S. was valued at nearly $23 billion in 2023, according to Grandview Research, and it's expected to grow 4.2% annually through 2030 as more people prioritize clean, clear skin and a youthful glow.
It's a vitamin C serum.
Robles says after proper moisturization and sun protection, the rest is really up to you.
I always encourage people to experiment and play, and if they have a product like Deb does with her bold red lip, if they have a product that they love, they should feel the freedom to incorporate that into their no makeup look.
The freedom to do less is putting a smile on fresh faces. Gwen Baumgartner, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Still to come, a new Miss Plaza Hawaii has been crowned. Highlights after the break. Welcome back, and we want to say congratulations to Miss Marie, who won the 2nd annual Miss Plaza pageant at the Plaza Assisted Living in Pearl City over the weekend.
Your new Miss Plaza Pearl City, Marie DeGennaro.
Marie is 86 years old and is originally from Cranston, Rhode Island. She moved to Hawaii in 1987, and she tells us the secret to her life: a loving marriage and family.
I was married to a United States Coast Guard captain for 61 years, or 62. And we had a wonderful life, 2 wonderful boys, and we always had fun. We always had a good time.
Great stuff right there, the secret to life. Hawaii News Now Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Robbins also served as one of the judges. Congratulations to her once again. Give you a look outside on this Aloha Monday to kick off the work week. A little cloudy. Will it clear up? Have your full First Alert forecast later on First at 4. You can also stay with us online at hawaiinewsnow.com. Have a great day, everyone.